Hey guys, so I've been getting quite a few questions about tempo come through, so I thought I would record this video to explain in a really simple way so that when you see on your programs those little four numbers, so those four numbers are in regards to tempo. Now, depending on where you are in your training journey, these become either really important or essentially you can kind of disregard them. But in terms of maximizing the amount of muscle that we can build, if we're trying to lose body fat, we want to be maintaining as much muscle mass as we can. If we wanted to build muscle, obviously we want to be getting as much hypertrophy out of it as possible. These numbers become really important. So this first number is the eccentric phase. I know it feels backwards for most people to start on the eccentric phase. So the eccentric phase is where you are returning the weight and basically acting against gravity. So in something like a chest press, the eccentric phase would be when your arms are locked out, bringing them down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 down to your chest. That's the eccentric phase, and that's a 4 count. So you can either do it as a count, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do seconds, but I think 5 seconds are a little bit longer. So a 4 count down is like 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. The second number is if there is a pause. So if you notice here in the pause squat, we've got 4 down and then there's a 2 pause at the bottom. So you'd count to 2 as in a pause. The third number is then the concentric phase. So the concentric phase of any exercise is when it feels the hardest. So on a pushing exercise, it's pressing out. On a pulling exercise, it's as you pull it in. And then the fourth number again is if there is a pause. So for the majority of exercises, like your normal run-of-the-mill exercises, squats, presses, like chest press, shoulder press, any sort of pulling movements, like a 4-0-2-0 is a pretty normal tempo to be going at. So what I'll do is I'll pull up a video. So this is my partner doing a squat. We're doing banded front squats here. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3 on the way down, no pause at the bottom. 1, 2 on the way up. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So yeah, she's doing like a 3-0-2-0 on this one. So as you can see, there's no pause, down, nice and slow and controlled, and then up, nice and slow and controlled. So for a pause squat, how this would be different is obviously it's 4 down. You've then got a 2 pause at the bottom, and then 2 up, but then no pause at the top. So pausing at the bottom makes the exercise harder because it's in kind of like the weakest point. So if we were doing a pause squat, it would look something like this. Whereas if we were doing an iso hold curl, you want to be pausing after the concentric phase. So that we 1, 2, 3, 4 as it comes down, no pause at the bottom, curl it up, hold, squeeze as hard as you can, 1, 2 at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just concentrating on, again, isolating the movement in one of kind of its weaker points. So that would be the 2 different ways. Most of your exercises are going to look something along this lines. It sometimes is like 4, 1, 2, 1. So that just means it's not just going like really quickly. You just have a little like pause at each side just to take the momentum out of it. But if there's no pause, it'll be down as a 0. So hopefully this clears up a few things when it kind of comes to tempo, as this is probably one of the most common questions we get when you first start a program. If you've got any further questions, just pop them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them.